All right, lovely. So welcome. So tonight is Wednesday, the 3rd of August, and we're going to go through our training night for Team Love. I want to focus really hard today on how to build team and how to build customers, because I know that's the foundation of our businesses, right? And we have so many new people to the team this month, which I really want to make sure build strong and feel the love, feel the support, and have the really good foundation to be able to take their business where they want to go. Okay, so I'm Katrina. Thank you all for jumping on. I know Wednesdays this time of night, it does get a little bit hard, so I really appreciate you guys all jumping on. It shows me that you're ready to get into action and that you want to make August big, which I'm so happy about because I have a really good feeling about August. I think it's going to be amazing. Okay, so what we're going to highlight most of tonight is the 5 high-paying activities. So I know they do pop up a lot because they literally are what makes us money, what's going to make our business grow, and what's going to get us out there helping people. So I'm going to go back to basics and really break them apart and cover them in depth for you. And we're going to do a little bit of soul searching. So I'd love for you guys to get a pen and paper there for when we go into that a little bit later. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, I don't know how to word it properly, but really what you want to have and what you want to aim in your business and in your teammates, okay? When I came into this business, Adam and Lauren said to me that I just needed to have 3 things. So I needed to be teachable, I needed to have desire, and I needed to be willing to get into action. And literally they are the 3 things that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to make sure that you're utilizing those 3 characteristics and that you're also finding them in your team, okay? Because it's all good to find somebody or to be somebody who wants dreams, who wants things to, to happen. But if you can't put that action behind it and actually make it real, take the steps that need to be taken, it's not going to take you anywhere, okay? And you're going to get frustrated with yourself. If you're seeing this in a teammate, you're going to get frustrated with that. So what I really want to do is outline those 3 steps, try and show you guys how to utilize them, and hopefully show anybody who's new what you really need to do to be able to be successful in this business, okay? So we're going to go over them. I've got my creaky chair and my awesome seat. Okay, so my beautiful whiteboard. Now the first one, desire. Now I'm going to put this one up the top because it's the biggest one. It's the fun one, okay? We all have some kind of desire to be here. We have some kind of desire to make our lives better and to make change happen. So what I want you guys to do is really focus on that desire. What is it? We call this our why in our business. So what is your why? Go through, why are you here? Why do you want this business to work? And don't make it something fluffy and shit, okay? Like, yes, I want to buy a house. Make it big, like what house do you want? What street do you want to live on? What do you want in your living room? Like really go into depth, because if we're talking about having the desire to manifest things, manifest them to the absolute potential. Okay, so go really deep. I want you to work out what this desire is, have it, write it down. I know we talked on trainings a couple of weeks ago to put it on your fridge or put it on your bedside table somewhere that you're going to see it every day, and focus on that desire. You'll find organically your desire will grow, because the further you get into this business, the more you realize it's life-changing, and you start seeing the money come in, you start seeing the customer testimonials come in from all these people loving your product, and the momentum does build, so does your desire. But at the start, you need to have this, okay? If you find team and you're at that team building stage, and you're finding team that just can't commit to anything, that don't want to commit to anything, don't waste your time, guys, okay? Don't pour your energy into people who aren't ready for change yet. That desire is so necessary, okay? And the next one is teachability, okay? Now, they need to be able to be taught. Our business is a teaching business. I say this one because I came in here not wanting to be taught. I came in here as a total free spirit and wanting to do things my way, which I still do most of the time, but I realized that there's a system in place and that you need to follow that system. Okay, like Adam and Linda made this system. If you haven't seen Linda, you need to go and watch some of her recordings because she knows her shit. She makes 60 grand a month here on the Gold Coast doing what she loves and teaching us how to do it as well. Okay, and she's so passionate and so heartfelt. So I know a lot of ladies and gents in our team will resonate with her. So follow her system, okay? It's proven to work. I did a training on Team Freestyle probably about a fortnight ago. If you haven't watched that, I talked about bringing yourself to the system, which I think is really important. Don't forget to be authentic, because that's what's going to build trust and build the realness behind you and the mission that you're putting forward. So definitely make sure that you're there. Don't try and be someone that you're not, but you need to follow the system, okay? You need to be teachable. You need to be able to be told sometimes that things aren't working, or that you need to be approached differently, or you need to, use different verbiage. And they're all said out of love. So if your upline saying these things to you, don't take it personally. We all love each other so much in this group. Like, there's no negative vibes whatsoever. And if there is, they won't last long, because it's just not really part of our group. So if somebody is saying something to you and trying to teach you, don't take it the wrong way. Don't take it like they're stepping on your toes, or, just take it constructively and be teachable. Okay. Now with this one, I'm going to say being teachable is you need to utilize three-way calls. Okay. If you've got new team, they need to be on a three-way call with your upline. This was something that I hated at the start, because I didn't want them to feel like I was hijacking them, to be honest. I didn't want them to think I was saying, here you go, let's gang up on you and try and push our ideas on you. But that's not what it is at all. Once you get into this group, you realize that we're all about support and that we're all about helping each other. Sometimes, especially if they're a friend of yours, or if you do know them personally, there's only so far that you can go with them. Sometimes it's really nice to have that fresher figure to kind of come in and say, yeah, this business is real. Like, this is what it's done for me. This is what we want to help you do. And it's all about support and showing each other that guidance. It's not about stepping on toes or anything like that. So that's part of being teachable for me, is three-way calls. Okay. The other one is using the correct verbiage. Now, you can ask your upline at any stage. So say you get a response, especially in your first couple of days, if somebody puts some curiosity onto one of your Facebook posts and you don't know how to answer it, don't just go off by yourself and try. Okay, that's really when you need to come back and you need to ask your upline what to do. Okay, now we're not going to say, here, copy and paste this. We might give you an idea, but we want you to be able to take that, learn from it, and make it your own. So again, it's not all about copy and pasting, and really just being systemized. It's about bringing yourself to the system. Okay, and the third one is leadership. So that's for my leaders. Learn how to be a leader. Okay, for some people, especially if you've been in a managerial role for a long time, you are stuck in manage mode. Okay, now that can only get you so far in this business, because we're not there to tell people what to do. We're there to inspire people. So being teachable, get on those three-way calls, learn your verbiage, and learn how to be a leader in an empowering way. Kelly, verbiage is the right and correct form of how to speak. So how to answer, whether it's product or team inquiries, the best. We have a whole way of language that works really well in this business, and that's what you'll find. It's kind of passed down from Team Spirit, Team Freestyle, Illuminate, and then down into us to Team Love. So really utilize that from your upline and then learn it and bring it to your downline. Okay, and now, so we've got desire, teachability, and this is my favorite one because I love action. Action. Okay, that's number 3. And to me, it's the biggest one. You can have desire and you can be teachable, but if you're not willing to get out there and actually do the shit that needs to be done, there's no point joining this business, okay? There's no point wasting your time if you're not ready to get out there and do stuff. And I'm just going to put this out there. My challenge for August was to get out of your comfort zone, do some action and make a video. Now we've got 60 to 70 people in this group, and I think I've seen less than 10 videos. So what I'm saying is that action needs to be done. We don't do these just to kind of, you know, hoo-ha and say, here, join our group and let's all be lovely and post videos. We do them to try and get you out of your comfort zone and really seeing your potential, okay? If you play in your safe sandpit for the rest of the month, you're not going to get to the goals that you want to get, and you're not going to see the brilliance that this company allows you to have, okay? Now, with action, I don't mean go out there and be a robot and do, you know, some systemized steps all the way. I mean go out there and bring yourself to Juice Plus. Do the action that your upline's telling you. So if we're saying when you start out, okay, start looking at doing some posts to initiate interest, and you're still not doing those posts, if we talk to you about, you know, I don't know, jumping on the product yourself, and you're still not jumping on the product yourself, they're things that you can take ownership for. Okay, that action comes down to you. And it's really quite daunting at first. There is a lot of fear in the world, especially when you get older. You start to fear more things and it becomes quite prevalent. But you really have to kick that ass, like kick it out of the way. Fear is only ever going to hold you back. If something scares you, that's even more of a chance to jump at it and to put it aside. Okay, so what I really want to see in August is a hell of a lot of action. Okay, from everybody. Just put yourself out there, make yourself vulnerable, talk to the people on your chicken list, really just start to embrace life a little bit more, because this business can give you so much. And once you realize that and you start taking those steps and seeing the results, like, you know, myself and a couple of my higher leaders have seen, you'll understand that action is everything and that it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the 3 qualities that I believe everybody in the business needs to have to be successful. And they may not come at the start. You may have a little bit of trouble doing 1 or 2 of them, but they are what you will need to be able to be successful. So if you're feeling stuck, have a look at those 3 and see which one may be lacking, okay? And then go and work on what needs to be done. Okay, so now we're going to move on and we're going to talk about the foundations of our 5 high-paying activities. So if you're only just new and you're not sure what they are yet, I'm going to go over them for you. I want you guys to all grab a pen and paper, and we're going to just do a little bit of an interactive part at the start here. Now, no one's going to read your answers, so I want you to be entirely honest with yourself. Now, our 5 high-paying activities, okay? So I'm just going to call them the high 5. Now, we've got 1 is connect. 2 is share. 3, events. 4 is follow up. And 5 is customer care. Cool. All right, so they're really simple, and I love that. It does make the business really attainable. Because it's simple, it means we all can do it, okay? So what I want you guys to do, we're going to have a little bit of a self-assessment time. Now, I know there's a lot of you on here who are really gunning hard for promotions this month to either SDVF or SC. Now, both of those are going to need more customers and more team, because that is how we progress, right? We build ourselves and we build ourselves as a business. So what I want you guys to do, I want you to rate yourself between 1 and 10. Okay, on how you feel you've connected this month. Now, I'm going to give you guidelines. If you spoke to 5 new people a day, not Juice Plus people, new people a day, you get a 10. Okay, if you spoke to maybe 2 or 3, you get a 5. Okay, so have a think about that. Now, when we connect, we don't necessarily mean you go and start talking to them about Juice Plus. It's actually on the opposite end of the scale, and we kind of recommend that you avoid that. You just go and start to build relationships. Okay? If you think about our business more as a way to help people and to get out there and build connections and to really network and to really care what people are doing and going through in life, you will see that your business will grow so much faster. Okay? We're not about going out there and making money and helping yourselves, because you'll get nowhere. So when I talk about connecting, it's just going and talking to 5 people a day. And that can just be, hey, how are you? How was your holiday? You know, I've seen you got married. I love your pictures. You look stunning. That's just connecting, taking that conversation further and seeing where it leads to. Okay, so that's not hard. We're on Facebook all the time, but you know what we do? We stalk people. We gauge at their little profiles and we look at their pictures, and then that's it. We don't go any deeper. What I want you guys to do is to go deeper. Post on their photo and say, you look amazing. How have you been? That's connecting, okay? They're then going to talk to you and you're building relationships. You're making things so much easier for yourself. Okay, so if you spoke to 5 people a day, give yourself a 10. If you spoke to none, give yourself a 0. All right, now that's for last month. If you're only just starting, maybe go over the last week. Okay, now out of sharing. When we go into the business, some of the leaders in here are going to say, you know, do 2 to 3 posts a day. I don't think that's necessary, especially if you're not a big social media poster to begin with. I would say if you can get on social media and do 1 post a day and perhaps, you know, share from the heart. So it's not just, you know, a positive post that you've found on Google and you're going to copy and paste it onto your page. It's actually something that comes from your heart, and you can get doing that every day. Give yourself a 10. So if you can do 1 post a day, give yourself a 10. Okay, if you're going every second day, give yourself maybe a 7. Okay, if you're really working it hard and you're doing 2 to 3 posts a day, you're easily a 10. Okay, you're up there. But for me, I think with sharing, of course, consistency is massive, but I think quality over quantity. If you're just constantly posting positive posts and there's nothing you in there, people are just going to go straight over it. Okay, you really need to be able to hold that authenticity when you share, and that's how I'm going to score you for this one. All right, now this one's massive for me. Now events can seem a little bit daunting. I know, because before I actually got into Juice Plus, I kept getting asked to come to events, and it scared me. I thought it was some kind of cult or, you know, some weird kind of gang where they're having events, and I didn't really understand what it was because it wasn't a concert. What is this event? But I really want you guys to understand that the power is in the events. If you're not plugging into them online and you're not going to an event and meeting the Juice Plus people and understanding the community around you, you are giving yourself such a disservice to your business and to your personal growth. Okay? You're just going to hear so many amazing and empowering stories, and you're really going to start to feel the heart of Juice Plus. Now, I know that there's so many people on the coast who haven't been to an event yet. Okay, that makes me sad because you guys are missing out, and you will notice it in your business. Okay, so we have events everywhere. We have a freestyle page, which you guys should all be members of by now, and there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of representatives over Australia. And they do have set up events everywhere. So if you're not on the coast or in Brisbane, jump on one of those pages and say, look, I'm in Gladstone. Is there anywhere around here, you know, that holds an event? Okay, because it's so nice to go and meet other people that you can reflect with. And the beauty of our business is that we're not confined to teams. You can go and talk to anybody about Juice Plus. Okay, there's no competition or segregation or anything like that. So really utilize these events and make sure that you're inviting your potentials along with you. Okay, if I hadn't have gone to an event at Linda's house, that amazing event, I wouldn't be here because I was so certain that this was all a scam. I was so certain that it must have been full of bullshit. It wasn't until I got there and I realized that people were fucking amazing. They were beautiful. They had amazing energies. They had wonderful stories to tell, and it was all real. Like, I could connect with it. I could see that it was real. I could see that people were successful and they wanted to help me. And it really just made the magic happen for me. So what I want you guys to do is to go to at least one live event and one online event a week. So if you can manage to do that, I want to give you, score yourself a 10. Okay? If you're only getting onto one of those, give yourself a 5. If you're not doing either, give yourself a 0. Okay? Now, follow up. This is another one that scared the crap out of me when I started the business, but it is something that I've realized is massive. They say the fortune is in the follow-up, and I now completely agree with them. Okay, so following up isn't about being annoying. There's a limit. You don't go and pester someone 3 or 4 times when they're not responding to you. But life does get busy. Okay, if they've asked for information and they want to know more, and you send the information, don't make up stories in your head about why they're not getting back to you. Oh, they must think I'm a scam, or now they're not going to like me, they're going to unfriend me. They may have just had to put a child to bed and then forgot about you, or they may have had to go to work and had a really shit day and just didn't get back on the internet. Like, you really have to follow up, because life does get busy. And even sometimes people will second guess it and they'll think, oh, you know what, I don't have enough money to do that today. Okay, and it's not until a few days later, when they're still feeling like shit, or they've still got the flu, or their mum is still sick, that they're actually going to think, you know what, I need to do that. So that follow-up is so important. For me, I will follow up once. Okay, so say if they don't reply, I'll follow up once. If I don't hear back, I will put them in my jogger to follow up 2 weeks' time. And that's all I do. If they don't come back to me then, I will put them maybe down for next month to go back and revisit. But I'm not going to hold my breath, because I think I'm worth more than that. Sorry. And now, when we're talking about following up, I want you guys to remember that it's not about being completely, upfront again, like, hang on, you didn't get back to me, just let you know that here's all the information again. Just go back and connect again. So if they didn't get back to my message, so say they see a post on my Facebook about a product and they message me and they say, hey, look, I've been meaning to talk to you for ages about this product. My daughter's got really bad eczema. Do you think it would help? Okay, and I send her the whole lot of info, especially I'd talk about berries in that circumstance, and she doesn't get back to me. Okay, I wouldn't go back and just copy and paste my message or send question marks like I've seen some people do. Not in you guys, this is in other network marketing. I would literally just go back and say, like, hey, Emma, how you been? I know we were talking about your daughter's eczema. How's it all going? Let me know if you'd like me to order something. I'm going to do orders next week. Just as simple as that, okay? If I don't hear back from that one, okay, the 2 weeks' time, I'd message again and just say, hey, Emma, I haven't heard back from you, hon. I really hope that you find something that works. Just keep me in mind if you ever, feel like reaching out again. Okay, it's simple. It leaves the ball in her court, but it lets her know that I'm still there with the light on. Okay, now customer care. If you're making sure that your customers are happy, your business will always grow. If they're talking about the results and sharing their results and happy with their customer service, they will always buy the product, okay? There are going to be circumstances where, finances change and things like that, but you need to make sure that the customer care is up and is adequate, because a lot of your team will come from your customer base. You may not find that until 6 or 7 months in, when people have really committed to the product and then they think, you know what, this is so good. I want to help people get the results, okay? But if you're not doing that customer care and they get out at the 4-month mark, you'd never know, all right? So these ones are all very important when we're talking about products, but they are amply important when we're talking about team, okay? So if you can go through and give yourself a mark out of 10, let's say if you know that you're definitely following up with everybody, give yourselves a 10, okay? If you know that you've got a system in place to make sure that nobody slips through the cracks, give yourself a 10, okay? Customer care. Now, this can be hard if you don't have many customers yet, But for those of you who have been here for a while, if you're looking after your customers, you're checking in maybe every fortnight or every month. If you're adding value into our team customer page, give yourselves a 10. Now that has to be regularly and consistently. Okay, guys? So you've got 10 for every single one of these, so we should have 50 points. I want you to go ahead. I'm just going to give you 30 seconds to think about that, and then I want you to add them up out of 50. Okay? Cool. All right, so for those of you who feel like they're stuck, or they're not getting team, or they're not getting customers, have a real honest think about how much you can score yourself out of 10. Okay, it's really simple. Like I said at the start, these steps are really simple and they're proven to work. So if you're not seeing the results, the action isn't there. Okay, now I know some of you may get disheartened if you feel like you are giving 10 for everything, but I want to remind you that consistency will win every single time over talent. Okay, so if you're being consistent and people are always watching the same thing, it may take a little while until the momentum actually starts to roll down the hill. And Lauren said something really cool to me when I first started this business. She said, what you do now, you'll be paid for in 3 months. And I really felt that because I gave it absolutely everything for the first, month, 2 months. But it wasn't until that 3 months hit that I completely boomed. And I seen like my customer figures tripled. Our team tripled, everything tripled. So it was amazing the difference that time and consistency really made. So if you feel like you're giving yourself a 10 and you're being honest about it and you're still not seeing the results, all I can say is be consistent and just trust that the system will happen. Okay, I know a few of my really good leaders who are just starting to feel that momentum that I felt. They will say too that it's consistency and it's not giving up. Don't think that because you had no bites for that month that you're just going to do nothing the next month. Okay, because there may be people just waiting to see how ready and how real and committed you are to this cause. I know I was talking to Lauren about it, which is really funny. We had a friend from school who completely just ignored the products for so long. And it wasn't really until they started seeing us both be successful that they now joined the business as well. Okay, so it really does sometimes take people a long time to see that consistency before they believe in it. So don't give up. Sometimes you might go a month or 2 without team, but if you can keep rating yourself out of 10 or close to 10 every day, then you're definitely going to see those results. Okay. Now, when I was writing up these, I thought a little bit about the high five paying activities, and I know that that's my go-to all the time. They're one of the biggest things for me that I find that can make success. But I realize that there's a segment in there that's missing that we quite often overlook, and I think that's with connecting. So for me, I find it's great to connect to other people and to build relationships. But what I really want you guys to focus on as well is connecting with yourself, making sure that you're spending time growing yourself, doing things that are going to take you outside your comfort zone, like we talked before, and really growing yourself as a person, because it's not until you start to take those steps that your business will take those steps as well. I really laugh because I find this business is like universal karma. It's kind of like you come into this business when you're ready to grow and when your life is just ready to kind of blossom. It must be like some kind of magical tunnel that everybody filters into when they're ready to become this beautiful butterfly, because it seems to be we come in here and we're uncertain, we're not sure what we want, we have big goals but we don't know how to make them happen, and then all of a sudden we're kind of forced to grow, we're forced to do things out of our comfort zone, we're forced to talk to people we normally wouldn't talk to. Those people then learn us lessons and we continue to grow with them. They might take us on different opportunities. It's just amazing. The potential to grow is crazy, But if you're not taking that time to go inwards as well, you're really missing out. So, take the time to find your passions. Take the time to find the things that empower you. I know for me, I love Tony Robbins. I love Oprah. I also love Jim Carrey. Not his movies, but his motivational speeches are fantastic. And Will Smith as well. Now, not at all for their movie talents, believe it or not, or their TV personalities, but I love the way that they talk and the way that they explain their spirituality and their manifesting powers and things like that. So for me, I'll always jump on YouTube and I'll have, a little bit of a nosy and see what I can find. And I just spend half an hour every day while my youngest naps doing things that are going to make me learn. So they've got nothing to do with Juice Plus at all, but it's things that are going to make me think outside my box and hopefully be able to bring that to the table and grow in my life and my business. So when you are looking at that first factor of the high-paying activities and you're talking about connecting, make sure that you're connecting inwards as well. All right? Hang on, let me pick this up because I've got some more to talk to you about that I keep forgetting. Okay, so when you're talking and sharing yourself out of 10, I want you to really be honest with yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to get the real answers and know where the action needs to go. But just remember as well, team is a little bit different. Those 5 paying activities will definitely help if you're in the stages of building team. But what you really want to do is you want to open up that connection even bigger. Okay, so connecting and widening your target audience is really going to help your chances of building team. I know for me, about 80% of my frontline I never knew before Juice Plus. And it's just amazing, because to think of the amazing friendships I've made and the beautiful souls and the people that I've met and now the journeys that we get to go on together, it's so rewarding. But it wasn't until I went outside of my little safe sandpit and really found different people to talk to that I met the right people. Okay, so what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is to go out and make sure that you're doing things outside your comfort zone, but also things that you're passionate about. Okay, so focus on those 2 areas. So for me, I'd just say to you guys, it was big for me because at the time I was doing family daycare. And it just goes to show now that I think we have about 15 family daycare educators on our page. So it was me going out there and connecting with a whole lot of ladies from those Facebook pages. And I didn't go out there and, vomit Juice Plus on them. I literally went out there and we were talking about different things, and it organically came up in the conversation that, they wanted more money or they didn't feel secure in the industry or something along those lines where I could introduce what I do. And it's really as simple as, I don't know if you've really looked into it, but have you seen what I do? It might be able to help. I have an online business, that we can make an income from home. And who doesn't want to work from home? Today I spent all day at SeaWorld with my kids. It was literally awesome. And now I can come home and I can choose to do 3 or 4 hours of work tonight while they're asleep. Who doesn't want that? There's so many people out there that this business can help. And you can find so many avenues to bring that up if you have your target audience wider. All right, so look and make sure that you're adding new friends on Facebook. Don't go and add random people, please. It makes me cringe to see people do that. I quite often get, a random request from somebody and I think, oh, who are you? We don't have any mutual friends. And then it's like Avon Entrepreneur or Rapid or whatever those other ones are. And I think, seriously, I don't even know you. I don't want to be your friend, and it just turns me off it instantly. So don't go and add random people. Go and build relationships first. So find things that you're passionate about. So, you might love crocheting. I know Desi loves crocheting. So she can go and find a whole bunch of people in that crocheting group to talk to, go and knit with on the weekends and talk and think and, then start to talk to them about what she does and see if that resonates with any of them. We're not here to convince them. You don't have to sit there and constantly send them lists and that, but just drip feed the right information and the right people will come back. Okay, I know Jo loves to travel, and she's, getting in a caravan with her husband at the end of the year, which is awesome. There's so many people out there who want to work and travel. If you start to really think about what you're passionate about and how you can bring that to the table to help other people's lives, it's really rewarding. It doesn't start to seem so intimidating and so scary of this all bringing on team, makes you feel nervous and that you've got to have team. You constantly just think about it as helping people and opening the door for other people to make an income while they do something that they love. Okay, so mission, add more friends to Facebook, go out and join more groups, but don't just join the groups, add value. Okay, build friendships. You never know who you might meet. It's amazing, okay? And to think that if you didn't have the business and you didn't get out of your comfort zone, I may not have ever met some of these people, blows my mind. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to focus on if you're looking for team. And let me have a look what else I put down. I've got that song stuck in my head now. Cool. All right, a big one for me, and it wasn't really until this month that I went outside my comfort zone. I still have some limiting beliefs about the fact that I don't want to appear wrong around my friends because, I still want to be cool, right? I still don't want to be that person who comes up to everybody talking about Juice Plus. So, and that's my issue. Like, that is my issue that I need to get over. I need to understand that this is an amazing gift to pass on to people. So what I did last month was I contacted some of my amazing customers who I know were loving the product, some of them who were having some financial difficulties to actually pay for the product. And I said, look, I don't want to come across wrong. I don't want to seem like I'm pressuring you to do something, but there's an amazing business opportunity behind the product that just might be able to help you pay for it. And you know what? Like, 4 out of 4 said to me yes. And it blew my mind away because I had been withholding this out of my own issues and worrying about what people might think, or, I didn't want to be that typical pyramid scheme, where people come and say, here, have my product, and now I'm going to jump on you to jump on the business. And I avoided talking to them. But then I think, that's selfish. That's my issues. And there's 4 amazing girls here who now have the chance to make a really cool income from home, okay, or around their study or around their work or around their passion. So don't put yourself in the way. Literally jump out of your way and just let it happen. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody about it, go and talk to somebody about it. If that scares you, go and talk to your upline and be teachable. Let them tell you the best way to approach it or to talk about it. Okay, so that's really the foundation of owning our business. Yes, we have promotions and bonuses and commission and all sorts of things about how the business structure works and gets paid, but you can't do any of that unless you have those 3 characteristics and you're keen to do the 5 high-paying activities. Okay, the business sells itself. If you can show them the value behind it, and I know it's a little bit hard because some of you aren't there yet, you haven't seen the results that I'm at. Like, I've been so lucky because I've been able to quit my jobs and do this full time. But you guys will get there. Literally, if you just follow the steps like I did that our mentors have given us, it literally is expected because it's happened for so many people. The only difference between me and somebody who doesn't get here would be action. I was ready to get in there and do the action and to do what needed to be done from the start. Yes, I still had my issues, but I'm willing to work on them. I don't let them get in my way. And I'm starting to get addicted to doing stuff that scares me. So that is really, I guess, a little crazy at the start because you kind of have so much fear and you don't want to do so much. But being in such a safe space and realizing how amazing and empowering the people who are next to you are really makes you want to step into that fear zone and just be like, you know what, I can do this. I've got people who have my back, people who know how I can be successful. And it really does just make you see things so differently. So if you're standing there and you are a little bit scared at the moment, all I can say is just jump. Just go for it. Okay, there's so many people here who will help you, who will hold your hand every step of the way. And, we're all going to have face down moments. If anybody's watched Linda's video from conference, it's amazing. It's in the team page if you want to scroll down. You're going to have those moments, and you're going to have those days where you just think, shit, this is hard. Everybody's telling me no, or, nobody wants to buy my product, or I'm not gaining enough interest yet. You're going to have those days. Okay, but if you stay in that spot and in that mindset, because we're all about manifesting, that's what you're going to manifest. Okay, you need to go back to that desire that you had at the start and that why, and work your way through it. Pick yourself up and say, nah, I deserve this. I'm better than this. I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to be consistent until it does. All right, so that's, before I ramble too much, because we've almost gone to an hour. That's a little bit about the foundations of really building your business, no matter what stage you're at. Okay, you could be VF just starting out, or you could be an SC gunning for SSC this month. They're things that are going to be useful at all times. Okay, so I am just going to get you guys, if anybody has any questions, can you shoot them up in the chat box or take yourself off mute? I'm going to do 5 to 10 minutes worth of questions. And then I'm going to get my leaders to stay on. So if you have team, can you guys stay on for me? If you're just starting off, feel free to jump off because it might get a little bit confusing. We're going to go over how to initiate those 3-way calls with your team, and also how to get your team started strong. All right, so who actually has any questions? It's very quiet in the chat box. No one. Is anybody game to tell me what their scores were out of 50? We got any honest people? I know mine lacked big last month. I think I got to about 32. Good girl, Chelsea. Yep, you're not far off me. So that just goes to show, I thought I had a good month. I thought, everything's Trace, good girl. But, for me to get 32, that was nowhere near 50. So I really need to pick up my game, and I'm going to start making sure that I chat to more people and really put myself out there a little bit more. And it just excites me because I can see the momentum that that's going to bring. So definitely utilize those numbers. Don't be ashamed of them. Don't, think, oh, shit, I'm terrible at this. I got, 18 or 15. Just use that. Just use it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Louise, totally fine. I know all about that, hun. And sometimes, life gets in the way, but I think the biggest thing is that we can't make life an excuse. Okay, well, Kelly, I want to see that video up, girlfriend. Who else am I waiting on videos? Oh, I think most of you guys. Chelsea. Gayleen, I haven't seen your video. Jelaine. Rachel's done hers. She's a good girl. Mum, yes. Val, where's your
I'll do mine later.
I'm waiting on them. Katrina, you've got an excuse, babe. I know your voice is good. Yeah, that'll be empowering, Kelly. Do it at the gym. That'll definitely motivate you. Okay, but, I was talking to a friend who was like, oh, I don't do videos. Neither do I. I fucking hate videos. But you know what? I put myself out there because it's going to make me a better leader. It's going to make me want to talk to you guys more. It's going to take some of that fear and that stigma away from doing things. And that in turn is going to make me better talking to team. It's going to make me better talking to potentials. I did chicken out today. I'll tell everybody. I chickened out today. I was talking to a lady at the shop and I said, oh, I didn't know you guys were closing down. And she said, yeah, neither did I. We found out 2 days ago. She said, I'm totally bummed because I don't know what I'm going to do. And Chave was standing next to me and I could tell he was like, just ask her, bring in your line. Where's your line? And I turned away. And, I've been thinking about it all day that I could have helped that girl. I could have said, I have an online business. Do you want to give it a try? I literally could have done, but I chickened out. So for that, I'm going to give myself a 0 out of 10 and I'm going to work on it next month. But it's literally just about putting yourself out there, and doing little things like this will slowly help build that confidence up. I know, great hindsight. Adam will hate me for it. Adam would have been all over it. But, you know, I just think if we do little tiny steps every day to make ourselves a little bit more confident, because the confidence will grow. I promise you, as you start hitting those milestones and hitting those promotions, the confidence really starts to build. But at the start, you kind of need to just do little tiny steps. And that's why we really say, do things out of your comfort zone. Put the video up there, okay? Because like I said before, it's a total safe space. We all love you guys. We want to see you do well. We don't want to compete with you. We don't want to knock you down or judge you. We literally want to help raise you up. We want to see the sore spots in your life so that we know how to be there for you. And we want to help you use them to really reach your potential. Okay, so there is so much potential in this business. I know it's a bit hard for you guys if you haven't gone to any of the meetings and met the people in the higher stages of Juice Plus. But, you know, I was on a call last night with Adam. I'm sure he won't mind me sharing this because he's all about inspo. But Adam has been in the business for 2 years. Okay, 2 years. And his last check was just shy of $40,000 for the month. Okay, that's what I was making full time in a year, doing family daycare with my 2 kids. So it just blows my mind. But, you know, he's no one special. Yes, he's Adam, and we think he's amazing now. But when he started, he was no one. He was a personal trainer. He was scared to talk to people. He didn't want to be out of his comfort zone. Now look at him. You know, he is the smoothest guy I've ever met. He's a beautiful husband, an amazing father, and he earns an incredible amount of money to help other people do it. So really, we could all be there. In 2 years' time, you guys can be earning 40 grand a month. He's no one special. He followed Linda's steps. Okay, so to really give you guys a little bit of encouragement, this business isn't just about selling fruits and veggies in a capsule. Yes, the products are amazing and we see amazing results, and that's rewarding in its own. But the business behind it, the business structure brings so much more and so much freedom. You know, it's literally called the freedom movement for a reason. Okay, it's crazy. Like today, I got to spend it with my kids where, you know, this time a year ago, I would have spent it with other children's kids. By now, I'd probably need a bottle of wine and I would be gearing up to do it all again tomorrow. That's Miranda and Louise, and who else have I got on here that does family daycare? Trace. But you know what? Like, your time will come where you won't have to do it. If you can keep being consistent, if you can keep being consistent, we can all be Adams. We can all be Adams this time next year, and literally go to bed tonight and think about what you do with that. What would you do with 40 grand a month? I don't even want to do the maths and work out what that is a year. Okay, just shy of $500,000, is that right? That's crazy. But think about it, because it's so attainable in this business, so attainable. And the beauty of it is that you don't have to be anybody special. You just have to be able to get in action and do the right things. And that's what we're here to teach you how to do. Okay, so everybody, am I just talking too much, or does nobody have questions? No? All right, guys, I'm going to stop recording for now, and then we can go on and chat a little bit more to our leaders. Okay, so bye, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. If you're new, I give you the biggest high five for jumping on, because I know that it's a bit daunting when you start to see all these online events and trainings and everybody's a bit weird. But honest to God, I really, really thank you for jumping on. It shows a lot of guts, and you're going to learn a lot if you continue to do it. All right, so I'm signing off. Get those Facebook videos up if you haven't done. Otherwise, I'm going to start harassing you through personal message. No, I promise I won't. Maybe not. Okay, bye, guys. Have a great night.